안녕하세요. NC소프트 김택진입니다. 저는 오늘 MMORPG를 좋아하는 게이머로서 TL을 소개하려고 합니다. MMORPG는 정답이 없는 게임입니다. 출발점은 모두 동일하지만 누군가는 보고 싶은 것을 위해 세상 저 너머로 여행을 떠나고 누군가는 세상의 정점이 되고 싶다는 목표로 집단을 만들기도 하며 누군가는 가지고 싶은 것을 위해 부를 축적하고 누군가는 다른 사람과 이야기 나누는 시간을 즐기기도 합니다. 누구든 자기만의 방식으로 다양한 이야기를 만들고 즐길 수 있는 세계. 바로 이런 자유가 제가 MMORPG를 좋아하는 이유이며 그런 세상이 TL입니다. 배틀 커뮤니티를 기반으로 한 전투와 경쟁으로 이루어진 스론. 환경이 살아있는 월드에서 모험과 자유를 만끽하는 리버티. 그리고 국가와 세대를 초월하여 우리 모두 함께하는 엔드까지. TL, 스론의 리버티는 모두가 즐길 수 있는 플레이 포 올을 향해 개발되었습니다. 그리고 이런 TL의 특징을 가장 잘 표현하고 즐길 수 있는 플랫폼이 PC와 콘솔이라 생각합니다. 모바일에서는 느낄 수 없는 MMO만의 가치와 감성이 PC와 콘솔에서 살아날 수 있다고 믿습니다. 그럼 지금부터 TL의 세상을 정식으로 여러분들께 소개하겠습니다.
안녕하세요. TL 캠프의 PD 안종욱입니다. 리버티는 TL의 세계를 구성하는 근간입니다. 리버티라는 뿌리에서 시작해서 사람들이 얽히고 설켜 스론이라는 꽃이 피는 것이 TL이 그리는 세계입니다. 월드는 게임의 가장 핵심적인 요소이자 시작입니다. 거대한 하나의 연결된 구조로 만들어진 월드는 사람과 사람, 사람과 세계를 단절시키지 않고 서로 끊임없이 상호작용하게 해주는 토대입니다. 보통 지하 던전이라고 하면 입구와 던전이 분리되고 던전 안에서도 여러 층으로 분리된 공간으로 구성하는 경우가 많은데 저희는 그 모든 공간을 하나로 연결했습니다. 단번에 던전의 마지막 층으로 이동할 수도 서로 다른 층에 있는 유저들에게 도움을 줄 수도 피해를 줄 수도 있습니다. 던전의 안과 밖, 위와 아래가 연결됨으로써 공간적인 경험을 모두가 공유하게 됩니다. 그리고 단순히 필드를 뛰어다니는 것만이 아니라 입체적으로 구성된 지형에서 자신만의 루트를 만들어갈 수 있습니다. 저희가 월드를 하나의 연결된 구조로 만든 이유는 사람들이 모이고 같이 생활하면서 사회를 구성하고 그 안에서 스스로의 존재감을 찾아가는 것이 MMO의 본질적인 부분이라고 생각했기 때문입니다. 모두가 동시에 게임을 시작해서 같이 역사를 써나가면서 수많은 추억과 경험을 만들고 공유하는 세상을 보여주고 싶었습니다. 날씨와 환경은 현실감을 강화하는 시각적인 효과뿐만 아니라 살아 숨쉬며 유저에게 영향을 주는 유기적인 컨텐츠입니다. 살아있는 월드는 환경에 잘 적응하고 이를 활용할 수 있는 유저들에게 다양한 선택지를 제공할 수 있게 합니다. 환경 변화에 따라 지형의 형태가 달라질 수도 있고 생명체들의 생태에 변화가 생기기도 합니다. 그리고 이런 변화를 통해서 촉발되는 컨텐츠들도 존재합니다. 이것은 게임에서 설계한 자연 법칙에 따라 개연성을 가지고 일관되게 나타나는 현상들이고 그래서 이 규칙을 이해하고 응용할 수 있는 유저들은 이런 환경 변화를 스스로 만들어낼 수도 있습니다. 예측이 가능한 낮과 밤은 앞으로의 플레이에 대한 계획을 세울 수 있게 하고 예측이 불가능한 날씨와 바람은 대응을 요구하게 됩니다. 환경은 월드의 끊임없이 작은 변화, 변수를 만들어내는 요소이며 이 변화들은 월드에 생동감을 부여하고 플레이를 다채롭게 만들어줍니다. 월드의 이야기를 만드는 것에도 많은 공을 들였습니다. 궁극적으로 MMO는 유저들이 만들어 나가는 역사가 곧 그 게임의 이야기가 되지만 그 역사가 펼쳐질 무대를 흥미롭게 꾸며놓는 것도 매우 중요합니다. 유저는 과거와 현재, 미래가 이어지는 시점을 초월하는 이야기를 직접 플레이로 경험하면서 이 세계에 등장하는 수많은 인물들 그리고 그들의 이야기를 알게 되고 이를 통해 이 세계를 더 현실감 있게 느끼고 이해할 수 있습니다.
안녕하세요. TL 캠프의 게임 디자인 디렉터 이문섭입니다. 전투는 MMO의 부정할 수 없는 근간이죠. 앞서 소개드렸던 TL의 월드와 마찬가지로 전투 역시 하나의 결론만을 추구하지 않습니다. TL에서는 어떤 무기를 선택하였는지에 따라 유저의 역할이 결정됩니다. 유저는 게임이 정해놓은 역할인 클래스에 갇히지 않고 상황에 맞춰 얼마든지 무기를 전환할 수 있습니다. 두 종류의 무기를 조합하여 사용하는 것이 가능하며 무기 전환을 통해 강점을 극대화하거나 안정적으로 약점을 보완하는 전략을 세울 수도 있습니다. 이 밖에도 위기 상황이 닥쳤을 때 타이밍에 맞춰 자신을 보호하는 디펜스 액션도 무기별로 존재합니다. 유저는 다양한 기능들을 사용해 전투의 세부적인 양상을 조절해 나가게 됩니다. 서로 다른 무기의 스킬 연계를 통해 궁극적으로는 조합의 즐거움을 찾아가는 과정. 그것이 바로 TL이 추구하는 프리클래스입니다. 유저들이 자유의지를 가지고 전투 참여 여부를 선택할 수 있도록 PVP 규칙을 만들고자 했습니다. TL의 필드는 대부분 안전지역이고 보스나 지역 이벤트 등의 경쟁 컨텐츠가 시작되면 해당 영역이 전투 가능한 지역으로 변경됩니다. 이 경쟁에 참여할지는 전적으로 유저가 선택할 수 있습니다. 내가 위치한 지역에 어떤 컨텐츠가 예정되어 있는지 미리 알 수 있기 때문에 전략적인
So this is pretty cool. It looks like they actually have built into the game. You know, like in Guild Wars 2, you have to go to a separate website to look at like boss spawns across the world, like timers. This is neat. It looks like they've built into the game an actual calendar. See here, like a calendar that shows you what events are occurring at what times, and you can even looks like you can even set like an alarm to like notify you. That's pretty cool. I mean, you could base your gameplay just simply by trying to go around the world, like a lot of people do in Guild Wars 2. Just going around the world and trying to complete different events. And again, I don't know if red means these are open PvP events or green means maybe not. That would be my guess, or it could just be some sort of symbolic thing. But in general, it does say that when you're doing these open world like boss fights and different things, that PvP does become turned on, so people can compete with each other for trying to maybe complete these objectives. So I think that's pretty cool.
어떤 컨텐츠가 예정되어 있는지 미리 알 수 있기 때문에 전략적인 플레이가 가능하고 예상치 못하게 PVP 상황에 노출되는
I will say the smoothness of the gameplay looks a lot better than the last video I saw.
일은 없을 것입니다. TL의 월드는 다양한 특색을 가진 지역으로 구성되어 있으며 각 지역의 이야기를 바탕으로 진행되는 경쟁 컨텐츠가 존재합니다. 이런 지역 이벤트는 해당 지역에 있는 모든 유저들이 참여할 수 있으며 20여 분의 정해진 시간 동안 높은 순위를 차지하기 위해 경쟁을 펼
Yeah, anybody who's played Lineage 2 will know that these particle effects are so Lineage 2. Like when you look at the effects of the spells and stuff, this is.
되는
I mean, I can't say it enough how much it looks like Lineage 2.
경쟁 컨텐츠가 존재합니다. 이런 지역
Even the girl's voice, that yeah.
이벤트는 해당 지역에
Right.
있는 모든 유저들이 참여할 수 있으며 20여 분의 정해진 시간 동안
Like this right here. This is very Lineage 2.
높은 순위를
And these effects here are very, very Lineage 2.
차지하기 위해 경쟁을 펼치게 됩니다. 이번에는 길드전을 한번 살펴보겠습니다. TL의 필드에는 길드 단위로만 소유할 수 있는 오브젝트인 기원석과 차원석이 있습니다. 이 두 개를 통칭하여 점령석이라 부르는데 이들 점령석의 소유는 길드 전체의 능력 향상과 자원 확보로 이어집니다.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. So there's two different stones that you try to control, and once you control both stones, you control the possession stone, and that means your guild can get better. Probably get your crafting maybe is increased in that region, whatever. But it's gonna provide a daily competition for people to try to organize. And of course, I think these are all PvP. So this is even like Ashes of Creation, same type of thing, right? They're trying to control nodes in Ashes of Creation. This is a similar system where they're trying to control these stones. So again, I think it's a pretty good system. I think hopefully, I think the thing with Throne of Liberty, I think what could be really good with Throne of Liberty is if they don't release a lot of servers. They did say that the server max is like 5,000, which I think is pretty good. I mean, if you can get 5,000 people in one server, I think. And they say it's one open zone. Like there's no zoning. It's just one big, completely seamless open world. So there's no like zoning into different areas at all. So that's pretty cool.
점령석을 쟁취하기 위해 길드 간의 치열한 전투가 펼쳐질 수밖에 없는데요. 전투에서 우위를 차지하기 위해서는 점령석이 위치한 지역의 지형적인 특징을 잘 파악하여 공격 경로를 설정하거나 방어선 구축을 하는 등 밀도 높은 전략이 필요합니다.
안녕하세요. TL 캠프 캡틴 최문영입니다. TL을 더욱 TL답게 만들어주는 서비스 방향성에 대해 설명드리고자 합니다. TL의 모든 요소들은 모두를 위한 플레이라는 서비스 방향성과 일치합니다. TL은 처음부터 PC와 콘솔까지 목표하고 개발을 시작했습니다. 각 디바이스에 맞는 전용 UI, UX가
I just wanted to look at this real quick because I think this is kind of like what your screen's going to look like when you're playing the game. So they're doing obviously a boss fight. You can see this person's got some quests. You can see they're using probably a console because you get the L1, R1 plus R2, switch target, stellar vision based on my standards. Not sure what that is. Morph skills, switch weapon. Okay, and then you see the group, which the group window, which looks pretty decent. It looks like we have a little quick action bar here that shows like where you can basically quickly select some potions and consumables you might want to use during combat. Not sure what this here is. It does have I'm not sure what this is. It's hard to guess what that is. Over here, we have the character's abilities. It looks like they've got about 4 skills here with their bow weapon. Keep in mind, you can weapon swap. So I'm assuming that they've got these 4 skills, and then when they switch, it looks like when they switch to their other weapon set, which I'm going to assume these are their 2 different weapon sets, possibly. So possibly this character has another weapon that allows them to heal people. So again, this is very much like New World, where your abilities are based on what weapon you use. I'm not a super huge fan. I don't think it's bad, but it's not my favorite way to approach an MMO because I really like class identity, and I really like being able to go into a game and say I'm going to play a priest, and my whole character lore and everything about my class is based on the fact that I am a priest. My quest could even be tailored to the fact that I'm a priest. You know what I mean? This is not going to really be like that. So it's okay. I don't dislike it, but not my favorite way to approach an MMO.
는 전용 UI, UX가 제공되고 또 모바일에서도 스트리밍 플레이가 가능합니다. 다양한 디바이스에서 더 많은 유저가 TL을 즐길 수 있도록 스트리밍 플레이가 가능합니다.
So streaming is also possible on mobile. Yeah, hey, what's up, Reptilian? Streaming is also possible. I mean, what does he mean by streaming? Does he just mean playing is also possible on mobile? Or is he just saying I'm not sure what he means by streaming is also possible on mobile. Does he mean playing is possible on mobile? Maybe that's what he means, but I mean, it certainly looks like this is being played on a mobile, I guess.
다양한 디바이스에서 더 많은 유저가 TL을 즐길 수 있도록 준비했습니다. 그리고 월드뿐만 아니라 캐릭터 디자인에도
Now this part's really interesting. It's her hair looks pretty good. It claims that you can actually, hey, what's up, Bimbe? It claims that you can actually take an image, a photo, upload it into the game, and it will dynamically create a character that looks like the image you've uploaded. That's what I've heard. Let's take a look at that and see if this is the case. Oh, okay.
글로벌 유저의 요구에 맞게 많은 노력을 하였습니다. 마을 주민 NPC의 표정과 같은 작은 부분까지도 세심히 표현하였고 사진을 이용하여 외형을 손쉽게 만들 수 있는
Look, you can even build a character based on actual photos. I gotta see this. See if he shows an actual photo. So here you can see they've actually got photos that they've uploaded into the game, and then they're going to select a photo, and it's going to try to create a character that looks like your photo. Now look at this photo of this guy. Now I can't believe that it's this accurate. But look at this.
이용하여 외형을 손쉽게
So then it creates this, you know.
만들 수 있는 AI 커스터마이징 기능도 제공됩니다. 또한 플레이 중에도 다양한 스타일의 외형으로 변경이 가능합니다.
The character creator looks pretty good.
수많은 유저가 함께 즐기는 MMO를 목표로 개발된 TL은 최적화에도 만전의 노력을 기울이고 있습니다. 유저분들의 쾌적한 플레이가 가능하도록 힘쓰겠습니다. TL의 메모리얼은 유저들의 진행
Okay, this is interesting. You're uploading a picture of Shrek. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That would be funny. Wouldn't it be funny if it actually made Shrek? You know, people are going to do that. People are going to upload all kinds of weird. I'm going to upload, like, I'm going to find some cool, like, D&D pictures, you know? I'll probably upload Koniko, you know? He's, like, one of my favorite characters, right? You know? So I'll upload, like, a picture like this, you know? Because I think, you know, she's, like, one of my favorite, like, characters. And see if we can get a character that looks like Koniko. I want to see this TL's memorial. So they were. I watched a couple of videos this morning while I was still in bed, believe it or not, with the cats surrounding me, and I was trying to figure out because I knew that this stuff was going to probably release early this morning. It did. This video came out at like 3 a.m. I think this morning. They're talking about this memorial stuff, and I can't. Someone explained it in one of their videos what the memorials were. Oh man, this video is almost over. I'm kind of bummed. But I don't know what the memorials are. So let's rewind this a little bit.
TL의 메모리얼은 유저들의 진행도에 맞춰 순차적으로 개방되는 다이나믹 컨텐츠입니다.
Okay. Look at that big whale.
5년 전 디렉터스 컷 행사를 통해 처음 TL을 소개했었는데 이제 곧 여러분들과 TL의 월드에서 만난다는 생각에 가슴이 벅차고 떨립니다.
He's thrilled.
관심을 가지고
He looks
TL을
thrilled.
기다려주신 많은 분들께 감사드리며 기대에 부응할 수 있도록
Yes, you can extend your gratitude because you're taking our money. Take my money. You know what I mean?
최선을 다하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
One for all and all for one. That's what they said their slogan is. Kind of cheesy. I do like their logo. It's kind of like a little bit old school, this logo, but it's nice. It's nice and clean. I like clean logos. All right, now actually there was a video by what's his name? This one corny little dude. He's kind of a funny guy. Let's see if I can find him here real quick. I want to show you guys this here. This guy. So Jay Evenly. This kind of, I don't know, he never wants to fix his hair when he goes on stream. He always looks like he's about ready to pass over from lack of sleep or something. But if you look at Jay Evenly, he actually has a video where he's got leaked gameplay from a 2021 build. So I wanted to show you guys this because it's kind of interesting.
There have been some Throne and Liberty leaks. Now this footage does look like it comes from 2021 because that's what the date on the
So I mean, keep in mind this footage is from 2021, so that's like could be pretty old.
YouTube video says, and the footage is in very much potato quality. It's all like 360p. If you want to keep up to date with all the information regarding Throne and Liberty, this YouTube channel is the place to be. Make sure to subscribe. So the first one here, I'm actually going to skip a little bit through it because what it looks to be is that it looks to
This is just the opening sequence on the trailer.
be what you would get when you start the game, basically like the intro cinematic.
Yeah,
It's
we've seen this already.
very similar in a way to the original trailer that we saw, but
Yes,
not
very
quite because
Oh,
it
so it
actually
is
shows
different.
a few new variations of things.
Okay, so it does show a few differences. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. You get to see a different like area you can walk into, which is pretty cool looking. Actually,
I don't want to watch it all because this video is actually 1 minute 55. I want to go through all of the videos and there's like 20 videos to get through. So this is cool and all. Actually really interesting seeing it in this
if
kind
there's
of, like,
20
shape. I
leaked videos, I'm gonna have to get a hold of all these videos to watch them. If there's 20 of them, I'll have to
would
check
be
them
very
out.
surprised if we don't see this in the game. But I'll move on to the next bit because this is called Help Siege Warfare. Now this seems to be how you either stop the golems or get a year-old. It's called the Tutorial Abyss. It's in Korean. I can't really like gather too much. It's just people running about. And then this one is called the Tutorial Abyss. I'm thinking that this is probably just like the start of the game, or like the first dungeon perhaps. Not sure what these numbers are because obviously I don't speak Greek. There is some interesting things in these, it's just sort of hard to get to. Now this one is
where's
called
my phone
Help
at?
Polymorph. Now what I think this one is skins. I don't quite know what's
So-
going on with these scrolls. Maybe these are skins
So there are some skins that you can get for your character. I'm assuming these are going to be, like cash shop, possibly like cash shop skins, or maybe the rewards in the game.
that you can get in game, but it looks like this
So you can see these are different skins you can apply to your character. So
is perhaps the list of skins or what you can select, and you're just going to go through them.
yeah, the preview event was 10 minutes. Yep, they basically just did a video for 10 minutes. So we didn't. The preview didn't say a whole lot, but Lineage, or not Lineage, but NCSoft is notorious for releasing information pretty slowly. Like they release like little bit. They kind of build up. I don't think there's gonna. Basically, what's gonna happen is they're gonna release information like piecemeal and get people interested, and then all of a sudden they're gonna announce. Obviously they're gonna announce like some sort of a beta. And I don't know when the beta is gonna be. Hopefully it gets leaked soon, so we kind of have an idea. Because right now we're in limbo as far as when the beta is gonna. They've said it's gonna be out in the first half of 2023, but I mean, Jesus, that's a pretty big time frame, right? So when is it really going to come out?
And be able to select like a cool outfit. That's not like classes or anything like that. He's going to swap into a skin, and there you have it. They called it polymorph here, but obviously that's a skin. This next one is just looking at.
This looks. When I look at this map, it reminds me so much of Black Desert's map, to be honest.
The map, and we can see the map is looking very big. It's
Actually, a lot of the interface reminds me of Black Desert.
sort of Black Desert Online vibes, but that's sort of okay. I think that's pretty
Yeah, I haven't watched. I didn't know he was going to say that, but it's funny that he said that. It gives me Black
reasonable.
Desert vibes
I'm not
too.
going to go through all of this one either. It doesn't really show too much. It just sort of shows you the maps.
But look at these connected nodes here. This must mean something. See how these lines are connected? I wonder if is this like a traveling path that you're mapping out? Is it, there's something to these nodes being connected. So that's interesting.
This is obviously the desert zone. It's interesting, but it is like 50 seconds long. This is just a short one that shows about like combat assist. I don't quite know what they mean.
Now, if they have combat assist, that's kind of scary. Like, because if there's like autoplay, that's going to pretty much right there that'll ruin the game. If there's autoplay, that's going to ruin the game because you're just going to have bots everywhere that are going to just be auto-playing. And so you're not going to be able to do anything because there's going to be all these bots just auto-playing the game. So if combat assist it means autoplay, then you can just might as well write this game up to a piece of trash at that point. It says Control R. Let's see what.
I mean by combat assist. It looks like a tab targeting game, and there's actually further proof.
Yeah, I don't see any kind of combat.
But yeah, I don't really quite get that one.
So if it says combat assist, that's scary.
I think if we were going to talk about pay to win, this might be the system.
Yeah, I agree with that, IMB. I think you've got to have some good anti-cheat. Now, this looks, again, this is obviously your typical NCSoft gear progression system that we have in Black Desert, that we've had in, like, Terra, where you're basically just, we have in, like, Lost Ark. All these Eastern MMOs always have this progression where you're just enhancing your equipment. So you get a sword that's +1, +2, +3. So we're gonna have that beautiful RNG, right? That we always have with these. Which I'm not a fan of this at all. Really, I don't. I mean, the one thing. There's two reasons why I dislike this system. One, it means you're not gonna have a lot of variety in gear. Because what will happen is you may only have like one gear set that's from like level 1 to 20, and then maybe one specific gear look that's from 20 to 40, and one from 40 to 60. One of the things about World of Warcraft that people don't talk about that much, that makes World of Warcraft so good, is that there's a ton of gear. There is so much gear in World of Warcraft. There's so many different varieties of looks of gear in World of Warcraft. And that's one of the things that a lot of MMOs don't really have. They don't have to that level. I mean, just think about how many individual pieces of chest armor you can actually equip on a character in WoW. It's insane. And so when you do this type of system, you don't have that because you're stuck with the same items all the way through all this progression. And unless there's some sort of cosmetic, which they did already show there's some cosmetics. But the reason they do it is a couple of reasons. One, they want you to pay for some sort of item that makes getting this, getting these enchantments done easier or faster. So it's a way for them to generate money off you, the microtransactions. And then the other one is they know that you hate looking the same all the time, so then they're going to put all the cosmetics on the cash shop again. So there's another way for you to pay money, right? And say cash shop to level your weapons, cash shop to transmog. Exactly, Reptilian. And that's why they do this. And I don't like this at all. But it's just the way they do these games. There's not much you can do.
system, right? This is called Tutorial Enchant, and I'm not 100% sure what it looks like, but it looks like powering up an item to me. This looks like that classic.
Okay, the fact that you don't know what this looks like means you have not played enough MMOs, Jay. He's like, I don't know what this looks like. It looks like we're powering up a weapon. If you don't know what this is, then you have not played many MMOs.
Potential where you would get paid to win. You can see the stats of the sword going up and stuff like that. I would not be surprised if this is how the game is going to get you in that sense. This one is, I think, where you're going to get a new spell, because this one's called Tutorial Skill Get, so you're probably just going to acquire a new ability through this. And here we have the first look at Gathering, I believe. So it looks very similar to like World of Warcraft or something like that. Perhaps
Your typical,
not as interesting as New World. There's the bar
your
that looks
typical
like it's going
Gathering.
up. Once that goes up, it's done, but it's like a smooth bar. It's not like a hit. It just moves up. It just goes up, and you can see we did that on some ore. This appears to be a
stump.
tree where they're chopping it down, so it looks
Chopping
like
down a tree stump.
You're going to be able to mine ore. Is it going to be every tree or just
No.
some? Well, we actually don't.
I can already answer that. Is it going to be every tree that you can lumber? No, of course not. The reason I can say that is because the tree he cut down didn't look anything at all like any other tree in the landscape. So no, there's not going to be. It's not going to be like New World where you can just go up and chop down trees. You have to find one that looks like a stump, or you have to find an herb that looks like a little bush. It's not going to be everything.
All the answers to that. Here you can see she's just going ahead and gathering what she picked. This looks like a plant. So it looks like we've got the classic 3 gathering professions at least. And then we move on to crafting. So you go to this guy, it seems to be a blacksmith, and they're going to craft a weapon here. Obviously, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what the system.
He says, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. So many times this video, I'm like, well, if you don't know, just shut up. He keeps saying, I don't know what it is.
This is basically showing off the targeting. It is obviously.
I mean, we could basically just mute this guy because everything he's saying, is inconsequential to what we're looking at. So basically what these leaked videos are basically just, they're tutorials. They're like basically someone put together all these. I don't know who did these. I don't know why they did them. I don't know why you would put together a list of tutorials if you're trying to set it to your. I don't know. Now this one's really weird. Now I sound like Jay Evenly. I don't know. But this one's really weird. You see this what looks like some sort of progression, obviously, but it's kind of weird because it's very linear. There's not a lot going on here. So if this is really like some sort of like talent progression, it's not a very good one because it seems very simplistic. So I'm not really sure what this is. Now here you get some more stuff. Now here's like what looks like a spell book. So this looks like it's going to be one of those games where you have to like buy spell books to learn spells, which again, not a fan of that whatsoever. And actually, if you go back to Lineage 2 worked that way. So in Lineage 2, when you got to a certain level, you would go to an NPC who was like a skills NPC, and you would purchase a book. So like if you were level 10, you'd purchase, I've got like Sinister Strike rank 2 spell book that can be purchased at level 10. You purchase the spell book, then you right click on it, you read it, and boom. Now you know how to use Sinister Strike 2. Again, antiquated system. Don't like that system. I think skills should be completely redone in MMOs entirely. I don't think skills should be taught by people directly. I don't think skills should be in any way level-based. I think they should be open-world acquisitions through some sort of, it's like in Dungeons & Dragons. Like when you're playing Dungeons & Dragons and you're using a sword, right? Like the GM has the option of saying, through this campaign today that lasted 10 hours, this fighter in my campaign rolled critical strikes on 3 or 4 attacks, and he consistently was rolling high numbers with his dice, right? I'm going to increase his weapon skill because of that. I'm going to say this guy has shown that he really knows how to use his weapon. I'm going to do something to provide something to this character to increase some of his stats in regards to his weapon skill. We need to do something like that in MMOs, where if you successfully accomplish objectives that you unlock through exploration, through talking to NPCs, then after a certain amount of time, the game rewards you by increasing your abilities. It's not just based on, go kill 100 snakes, and all of a sudden I'm level 10, so all of a sudden I can go to a vendor and just automatically learn something. You know what I mean? Yeah. You said you've seen enough, only a few new minutes of new footage, and a lot of promises for you, but it looks like a fun game with modern game loop. I think, I'm looking at it. It looks it's pretty obvious. I mean, just looking at these videos, what it is. It's basically a Lineage 2 style game. I mean, so far the talents and everything appear to be kind of like Lineage 2. The weapon enhancements, kind of like Black Desert or Terra. I think the one thing about the game that looks good is I like the idea that the guilds can control. I don't know if you did. Did you come into the stream early enough to see the nodes? Here, let me show this for a few more minutes. Let's see if there's anything else here. Again, he's going through some basic. I think this is like the combat tutorial. You can see here that the combat is not my favorite combat either because it's that herky-jerky. I don't like fast, herky-jerky swings with weapons because it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like, like when you play something like Terra does a really good job. Like in Terra, when you swing a sword, it has a nice, smooth animation. And I don't feel like this has that. This has got that like Ashes of Creation, herky-jerky, quick swings, which I'm not a fan of. I think Lost Ark does this too. So if you look at these animations, get to them again. Notice how some of them are very abrupt. These actually aren't too bad. Actually, they're looking at it again. They're actually not too bad. They're a little too quick, but they're not horrible. They're not like the Ashes of Creation combat preview we saw where it was insanely fast. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, yeah, but Lost Ark is the problem with Lost Ark. The problem with Lost Ark is that it was a lot of just killing a bunch of I mean, it was the isometric view, which I don't like, but I didn't really like the combat style of just running around and killing 100 mobs, and I wasn't a huge fan of Lost Ark. I'll tell you one thing about Lost Ark that was really good was the people that did the artwork and the art assets should get an award. I mean, beautiful art assets. Really, really good artwork. Like really great artwork in Lost Ark. Really, really love the loading screens. Like going into new zones, the loading screens that they created for each zone were really well done. In fact, I'll show you what they look like because I liked them so much I saved them. That just shows you how much I liked them, right? These are some of the loading screens when you go into different like Sapphira Cave. I mean, just look at this artwork. This is really beautiful artwork, right? These are just me taking screenshots right out of the game while I was playing the game, right? I mean, these are great. I mean, these are just beautiful. I mean, and the thing is, the game didn't look that much different than the concept in this artwork. The art assets in Lost Ark were really good. I mean, I was very impressed with Lost Ark's art assets. They did a great job. Look at this screenshot. Oh, I mean, look at this beautiful. This is so fantasy. Like, see, this is what I like. I like fantasy stuff. This is fantasy. These old little wooden shacks in the middle of a forest with falling stars and some will-o'-the-wisps or some lightning bugs going on here. I mean, this is just beautiful, right? Then you've got this Diablo feel to this one with slightly gothic inspired architecture, right? A little bit of like satanic worship or something. And then you've got one of the weird islands that you go to on your boat and has different weird events, which were so. Again, you've got some sort of a combat zone, very interesting. This is a big city that you went to on your ship, and just some screenshots of the characters. And again, more beautiful villages. Again, I mean, there's so many of these. They're all really, really just beautiful. And this is beautiful, And this is a screenshot of what it looks like in the game. It's isometric, which I don't like. But again, look how good the artwork is. Look how good the artwork is. I mean, this is in-game, and look how beautiful these rocks look. Look at this bridge. Look at the detail on this bridge. I mean, you know what I mean? Amazing. It's really good. So, and you can understand why Throne of Liberty, which was basically a direct competitor with Lost Ark, bowed their heads and said, "We lose." They at some point in time looked at Lost Ark and said, "We can't compete with Lost Ark." That's what happened. We cannot compete with you guys. And they said, "Screw it. We're not going to do the isometric Lost Ark style game. We're going to turn this into a fully 3D MMO," because they knew that would give them a better chance to have a game that's going to be more successful, which was a correct choice. It was the obvious choice. Okay. And now they're just looking at like basically what your character inventory looks like, how you've got your different weapons that you're weapon swapping, right? You can weapon swap, and these are just like, again, kind of like Black Desert. You've got your rings and your accessories, and over here you've got your gear. No big deal, right? I'm just going to quickly go through this stuff again. Here one thing here that we did see in this, which was really interesting. So this actually was pretty cool. Hey, this video is titled "Throne of Liberty," Mr. Dumato. But the hardcore WoW gameplay will be coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm just having my morning coffee. Einbei, coffee. The Mokoko suited person. You still play from time to let's see. Every South Korean game has exact same update windows. Yes, they do. Yep, the models are very similar. I still play from time to time the hardcore PvE. Which game are you talking? Oh, Lost Ark. Yeah, Lost Ark. Yeah. But I thought this was interesting. So they have the skins for your character, right? But what was really cool, I think this was a good move on their part. Is you're basically every character is like a druid, right? You have flight form, you have aquatic form, and you have like land kind of mount form. Look at the little space invader. That's awesome. And you can tell I got the coffee flying through me. All right, Dumont, I'll be doing it pretty soon. But what's really interesting here is you have skins for your flight form. So when you're in flight, you can choose what you want to look like in flight. I thought that was pretty cool. So I don't know if these have to be acquired via like, any kind of in-world events or anything, or if you just get them right out of the box. I'm going to assume that these are acquired, right? How much pay to win? I think the pay to win is going to be pretty strong, Brian, because what we're going to have for the pay to win aspects is the progression. Let's see if we can find that again. These are the leaked videos that came out, but some of the stuff. I mean, the game looks like okay. If you've ever played Lineage 2, and if you've ever played Black Desert, and if you've ever played like Lost Ark, take some of the things from like Lineage 2, skill progression, Black Desert weapon enchantment, progression, and Lost Ark. Maybe not Lost Ark. Let's just throw Lost Ark out the window. But a lot of it feels like Black Desert and Lineage 2 mixed together. Okay. But the one thing they do have is they've built an event system. Well, they've built an event system into the game, but let me get back to the event system really quick. I want to try to go through this real quick. Okay, and we talk about this is all done. And here you can see that they also have aquatic skin. So, oh, and here you can see you've got your land mount. Like when you transform into like a wolf and move across the land, that's your shapeshift. When you're in the air, you transform into a bird, and when you're in the water, you transform into some aquatic. So actually, here you can see there's different skins for in the water. And it looks like you're like a beaver. I mean, this looks like a beaver to me, right? So there's different beavers. This beaver's got some sort of a hat on. So it's like. I'm not gonna lie. Some people, I think some people are really gonna get off on the beaver shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think it looks pretty cool. The beaver looks pretty cool swimming in the water, and this is a really low quality, like leaked video, but it does look pretty cool in the water. Is it an otter? Thank you, I'm an idiot. An otter. Okay. Yeah, you're right. The head was smaller. Yeah. The teeth were smaller. So the beaver would have probably bigger teeth and a slightly bigger head, maybe and different tail. Obviously, the flat tail. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, the animation in the water looks really good. Here's PvP. Now, this was interesting. So when you kill someone, it seems to be some sort of a dialogue after you kill someone in PvP. This was really weird. Like, notice how he killed them, and then it brings up a PvP window. And then he's able to... He gets some sort of status upgrade because he killed this guy, maybe? So this is interesting. But then there's like... some money transaction going on here in this PvP window. So this seems like some sort of a weird pay to win system to me. I don't know, I'm only guessing, but this seems very odd, right? Look, PvP, what is he doing? He killed somebody, he clicked on the tombstone by killing them, he brings up a window, sees that he killed this player, and now he's, paying money? Or maybe is this the money they had? Maybe he's looting them? I don't think so. It doesn't really look like he's looting them. Let's watch this again. Now remember, he's hero 99. He kills hero 98. And here's 98. So I think this is 98. So 98, he killed him. He got plus 10. Now he clicks on it. You can see this is him on the left. This is the person on the right he killed. But why is there this monetary thing at the bottom? I'm like, what the hell is this? Pay to win, maybe? Look, he clicked on it, clicked a button, and then a big skull shows up. This really confuses me. I have no idea what this is. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, wait. Google Translate, guys. Google Translate. Hold on a second. Let's do some Google Translate. Where is my Google Translate? Google. I know I got it here somewhere on my phone. Google Translate. Where are you? Are you? Google Translate. Holy shit, where is it? Let me search. Here we go, Google Translate. Okay, we're gonna go Korean. No, not English. We want Korean. This is not right. This is not Google Translate. What the hell's my Google Translate? Bear with me, guys. My Google Translate's not showing up. Here we go, Google Translate. There we go, Korean to English. My Google Translate defaults to Korean to English because that's the only thing I ever seem to use it for. All right, so it says TL Heroes 99 of the Heroes Clan mocks TL Heroes 98. TL Heroes 98 is really weak. So he's actually making fun of the other player. Okay, guys? He's making fun of the other player. All right, let's see if we can get this next window to come up. I'm going to try to translate what's on the button down here at the bottom. It says mocking. Make fun of. So you have the ability after you kill someone to actually pay some sort of currency to literally mock the other player. That's kind of stupid. I mean, so you have a way to make fun of other players. Okay, so that's kind of dumb, but whatever. Yeah, that is like really, really dumb. It's like, all right, let me go back. I think I closed the window. That is just so stupid. All right, so I think that was the window that I had. Let me go back to the Throne of Liberty. All right, I wanted to go back to. I don't think you saw. There was a piece. There was a couple things here. I don't think Aimbe that you saw. One was the dungeon was really cool.
보통 지하 던전이라고 하면 입구와 던전이 분리되고 유저들에게 도움을.
Okay, one thing that was really interesting was they're gonna have. Is that the dungeons, like some of the dungeons are open world dungeons, so they're not zones. So they're not zones, right? Are you done with this? Yeah, it was so good. But the dungeon was like not instance. So this is not an instance dungeon. It has multiple levels, so anybody can just go into this dungeon and try to compete for the objective. So you can see here, this is actually the dungeon, and you can see as you're moving through it, people are fighting. So again, this goes back to Lineage 2, because in Lineage 2, if anybody of you guys ever played Lineage 2, there was like the School of the Dark Arts, which was like a 3-story building that was like a crypt. And you would go in there and there were all these skeletons, Yeah, next year. No, they say first half of this year. They keep saying first half of 23. So in the School of Dark Arts, there's multi-level. So this, again, kind of reminds me of Lineage 2. You've got multiple floors. You can see he's using his flying ability to kind of, go through to explore. And you go down to this floor, you can see there's some sort of boss down here that you can attack and kill. And then he moves through another door, and he goes even further down, like another 3 levels down, and there's more like mobs. And now you're in like an underground cavern. So you gotta admit, this is pretty cool looking. I mean, even just from an exploration point of view, like just exploring, and just from a art point of view, it's really cool looking, Good luck with release date trailer so far. Yeah, this doesn't say anything about when it's coming out, and we don't know anything about who's going to publish this game, right? Who's going to publish it? There was something else I wanted to show you, Aimbe, that I think you missed, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was this is interesting. Not sure what this guy's doing. Oh man, he was summoning like a freaking, look at this. He stunned these players, and now he's summoning like a meteor to come down and basically do some damage. Here it comes. Biff, meteor storm. That's pretty cool. Hey, again, that looks pretty cool. Aimbe. Not gonna lie. And this is what I wanted to show you too. If you missed this, Aimbe, is it has kind of like the Guild Wars 2, where you basically have world events that are timed events that happen at certain times during the day. So they've built into the game a calendar, and so you can go into the game, into the calendar, and it will show you like different events that occur at different times across the world. And you can set up what looks like alarms to remind you. So, and these events are the world's is PV. It's basically PVE. Like most of the zones are safe zones, but during events, most of the areas are going to turn into PvP. So if you're going to kill a boss or do some sort of a guild quest, there will be competition from other people because the PvP flag will then go on. So I think this is pretty cool. I like the way they're doing the PvP because it's like you can just quest or explore and do stuff without getting ganked. But then if you want to participate in these world events to try to, and there's events too that are going to help your guild, which again I like that. One of the things I liked about Black Desert was that there were guild quests, which was really cool. You know what I mean? Like to go into, like you had to go chop down so much lumber in a certain amount of time, and if you did that, your guild achieved certain points, and those points help rank up your guild. And the higher ranked guild, the better benefits your guild receive from doing different things in the world. So the marketing is going to be so expensive. Yeah, they kind of, Einbay, the marketing on this game is already insane. They had like some sort of a huge Korean like building or structure, like I think it was like a baseball park that literally had a Throne of Liberty trailer playing on the big screen, like it's some Korean ballpark. And I mean, imagine the amount of money they had to pay for that. So here you've got, and it looks like it might even show you like maybe rewards you get. Actually, let's use Google Translate again and see what this says. Okay, so this says kill Tevent Kurt's ghost. Depending on damage done to Tevent, you can get a minimum of 1 to a maximum of 5 conquest rewards. And depending on the damage done to Tevent, you can get a minimum of 1 to a maximum of 5 conquest rewards. So basically, this is just saying these are the different rewards you can get. You can get 1 to 5 of these rewards based on how much damage you do to Tevent Kurt's ghost. So it shows you kind of like the rewards you could get by killing this guy, and based on how well you do, you get more rewards. All right, I'll see you, NB. I mean, I think it looks fun. I mean, it reminds me a lot of Black Desert. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of Black Desert vibes looking at this game, and Lineage 2, Black Desert, and Black Desert was not a bad game. It just, the problem with Black Desert was it was really very grindy and it was heavily PvP focused. If the combat system wasn't so good in Black Desert, I think Black Desert would have been a titanic failure. But because of the combat system and the professions, the professions in Black Desert were really good. Building boats and going sailing and building farms and farming and having your own house, and there was a lot of cool stuff in Black Desert. So, all right, I'm gonna shut this stream down, and then I'm gonna start streaming the Warrior Hardcore in about 2 minutes. I'll see you then. Peace out.